Got the frame boxed here all the way back. Got it plated real good in there on both sides, and it's all braced inside. And I started setting this thing in the frame. It's holding the weight right now, but lowered it down quite a bit. It's enough for what we need, but motor mounts here a little wider than the frame. I measured it before. Here I got 2 inches. I'm going to try to move it around and see if get it square in the frame. Got the motor mounts flush here. It's obviously sitting a little crooked. Part of it's because of this belt housing. It's up on the frame on this side. Over here on this side, we got the oil filter hitting. Of course, I'll get an adapter to change that. And looks like my exhaust here is right on the frame. And this exhaust, because we're crooked, is a few inches off the frame. It's going to be just about right at the frame. So I got some block hugger headers to see what happens. I may have to cut this frame up and do something with it. There's another bell housing adapter that goes on here. That's my next step at this point. Try to get this torque converter off. I don't know how it does. It looks like maybe I have to come up from the bottom with something to get the bolts out. But I'll pull these manifolds off. And then try to get it sorted out, get that oil filter off. Even see if I can get this motor into this frame. Might be too much work. I have to put a different motor in it. Got the oil filter off, and it's just full of stuff. Kind of had some hopes that the engine might be clean, but after looking at that, I seriously doubt it. So that means I gotta at least pull the pan and clean everything out of there. It's maybe rebuild the motor, but it did start and run. So this is yeah, some pretty serious stuff, and it's got big particles in it too, dirt. So I don't think we're going to be able to just fire this one and run it. Maybe I'll pull all this stuff off and see if I can even get the motor in the frame. Get all the oil filter off of it, lowered it a little more. We were hitting the manifold here on one side. The motor mount went inside the frame. On this side, about 3/4 of an inch manifold, or the motor mount sitting on the frame. And here, of course, we got it inside the frame. This won't be any trouble once we get it low enough. This will clear pretty good. I can cut that off. There's another, like I said, another adapter that goes on it. At this point, I'm just trying to see if I can even get this motor in. It looks like there's no way that it's going to go in that frame. I got like a 3/8 of an inch here, and a good inch sitting on top of the frame over there. So I can modify these motor mounts quite a bit. I can cut quite a bit of them out. It's just plate there. maybe I'll try that before I go too much further. Some of the bolts were froze here, so I was able to chisel a couple of them off, but looks like they'll be fine. A little bit of rethreading and this will clean right up. Now I got some headers I'm going to, for hemi, I hope they'll fit. We'll find out. One of the little pain in the butts buying stuff off of eBay. This is supposed to be for a hemi. This exhaust gasket. And it's not even close in any way, shape, or form. Nothing fits at all. If I get the, looks like the portholes would line up, sort of. I could probably make this thing work like that. It's a pretty bad job and most likely would leak. But anyway, it's just kind of a wasted set of gaskets. And here's a set of headers I got. These are also for a hemi. And looks like the ports will match pretty good. The bolt holes are off. I kind of match this one and that one there will go. I've got the center one that's hitting here. I thought they might be pretty close and I'd be able to rebore the bolt holes and get them to work. Looks like I'll have to pull that stud for now and see if they'll go on at all. Got the measuring and looking at these headers, and I could probably make them work. They'll go on about like that, down a bit, but as you can see here, they're even worse than the others. Something like this. So we're not going to mess with that for now. It's cast iron. I could cut it, maybe figure out some way of twisting this flange so it goes back to front instead of side to side. I'm hoping that I'll be able to get it in, but I doubt it. The motor mount here is just about the frame width, and as you can see, that's sticking out, you know, I don't know, 1.5 to 2 inches. The other solution would be to set the motor much higher and put this motor mount right on top of the frame, which is what I'm going to try to do now and see what I got. Well, with the mount on top of the frame here, this is about the way the motor will set. It'd be pretty easy to weld a bracket on the frame for that motor mount. And I think I can work with this and manage to get that, that exhaust pipe away from the frame. And on the other side, that stock exhaust manifold is coming in and clearing the frame pretty good. I don't know if it's possible this is left manifold, but it looks like if I had another left manifold, I might be able to put this same deal in, because this is pointed in towards the block. Because the way the Y pipes came, this one's pointed straight down. So I'll have to do some measuring and see if I can get another right-hand manifold. And if it'll go on and the bolts are right, well then that'll solve my problem.